me my box of potatoes. I actually have 2 boxes of potatoes. Excuse all the stuff on my floor. It's just been one of those weeks. But what I'm focusing on today is home canned candy yams because the holiday season is coming up, and that's one of our favorite sides, just like in general. We absolutely love candy yams. So we're gonna start by washing these sweet potatoes because, as you can see, they are very much still dirty. I use my sophisticated sweet potato transport system, aka a plastic bag, to get them over here from the table because I didn't feel like picking up the box again. I hurt my back recently, so I just didn't want to do that over and over. I'd rather just walk back and forth. But let's rinse these potatoes off. Don't they look so much better? That was instantaneous. Oh, maybe I should put this on cold water instead of hot. But these have to be scrubbed pretty well because even in comparison to the ones from the store are washed a little bit because they don't look quite this cruddy. But this one I'm going to use for washing and peeling. I'm just going to peel them straight into the sink when I'm done. Take all the peels out and then put them in a bag so that I do not have to just move around so much. I might even also peel them into the trash can. That's how I grew up peeling them. We would sit, have a bowl of them washed, and then peel them straight into the trash can, and then they would get cut up and turned into whatever. Usually it was either candy yams or they will be boiled to be turned into sweet potato pie. I know some people boil them with the skin on and then peel them afterwards because it's a little bit easier, like they just slip right off. But I don't like that method, mainly because I don't want to deal with a hot sweet potato. I don't want to play hot potato. The method that I'm using today to can these candy yams is not the I think it's the National Center for Food Preservation. It's not their method. Their method says that you should wash them like this thoroughly, blanch them for about 15 minutes, which isn't necessarily a blanch, but okay. Blanch them for 15 minutes, and then peel the skins off, cut them, and so on and so forth. Well, I don't want to do that. Reason being is because, again, I don't like to deal with hot sweet potatoes. Hopefully, you can hear me. My back is hurting really bad due to a little bit of an accident that I had recently. So I thought I was going to stand at the sink right here and peel the potatoes. I am in a chair. I'm going to sit down. I have my trash can like right below the camera, right there. And I'm going to do them like I grew up peeling sweet potatoes. I'm filling my sink up right here with cold water, and then I'm going to peel the potatoes into the trash can right here and set them in the cold water and just keep going until I have a decent number of potatoes peeled. As you can see, I have my iPad back there. I'm going to put it on the table I have right in front of me and watch my show as I peel sweet potatoes. And once I have a decent amount peeled, I'll cut them up, have them sitting in some more cold water, and then begin making up the, I think that's enough water, and then it is cold, make up the simple syrup that I'm going to put in there. I think I'm going to do somewhat of a heavy syrup because that's how I just make my candy yams in general. And my plan is that when I pour the liquid off the yams, like I'm not going to pour it away, but when I'm going to like heat them up and cook them, take a little bit of the liquid before it's hot, mix it with cornstarch, then add it into there So as it's heating up, it's also thickening the syrup. So it's like the texture that we like instead of just all on the runny side. But I will get to peeling now. I am now ready to start chopping my sweet potatoes. Can you see me? Yes, you can. Whoops. I need to get my cutting board. I have my pot here that has a good bit of water in there. I didn't need too much because, you know, as I add potatoes, the water level will rise. But I don't know if you can see, but I have like a sink full of potatoes back there. I only have about 3 that I didn't peel, but I figured I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping them because if I remember correctly, once I start processing them, they have to process for an hour and a half, and I would prefer to not go to bed at 2 in the morning today. So let's get chopping. This is my serrated bread knife that I'll be using. I have 2 potatoes as of right now. And I'll cut it like this. Oops. Come on. There we go. And I'll cut this one. Like that. How pretty and orange that is. I'm just going to take it. This is not cutting like it did the butternut squash. It's so much worse now. There we go. Cutting the butternut squash, it made it like 10 times easier. But this is being pretty difficult. This one is actually pretty small, but it's okay. I want them more like this size. Because if they're too small, they will turn into complete mush in the canner. Switch back to my regular chef's knife. Like, see? That cut, no problem. Now I'm going to get the simple syrup going for the jars, the sweet potatoes. This will be my 3rd quart of water into this pot. And I'm making quite a bit because I don't know how much I'll need. And this is, I'll say 3 cinnamon sticks. That one's a bit small, but it's okay. We have our 3 cinnamon sticks. Then I'm gonna also add some more cinnamon. We like very cinnamony yams. Can never have too much. Then I will add some clove. This is ground clove. 1 second, let me get my measuring spoons. Now I'll add the clove. Just about a tablespoon of ground clove. Then we have allspice. It's about another tablespoon of allspice. Now I am looking for my ginger. Here we go. And I'll say about a little bit under half a tablespoon of ginger. And the final thing will be blackstrap molasses. Now I'm going to pour in about 3 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses. And mine is from Azure. Now the sugar I have is this turbinado cane sugar. And I will add, this is about a cup. I'll say about 5. 1, 2, 3. 5. And now I'll let the sugar dissolve. I will go ahead and start filling my jars of sweet potatoes. Where's the lid? Because I don't want to have too much evaporation. I would like this amount of liquid. I'm just going to put the lid on this right now. Oops. And turn the heat down a little bit more. And let's start filling the jars. My jars are a little warm because I am taking them straight out of the dishwasher that I had running. Oops. While I was peeling and cutting sweet potatoes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need one more because my canner can fit 7 jars. Now we're going to start filling each jar. I'm just taking my potatoes out of the pot I have over here with the water. Made up, and my canner is on the stove warming up because this syrup is hot, so that's going to heat up the jars, and I want everything to be about the same temperature. Currently, I do not have a ladle, so I'm just going to use this. And I didn't fill all 7 jars. What was I thinking? I have this one over here with my funnel sitting in it, but no sweet potatoes. Okay. One moment, I'll be back. Now I have my 7th jar, sweet potatoes in it, and we're gonna start filling them. For these, we're supposed to leave a 1-inch headspace. I just want to make sure all the sugar is dissolved. I did stir it before putting it over here. Now, my syrup is pretty dark because I added all the spices. You don't have to add all the spices. You could just do it in water if you would like, or do a lighter syrup. Maybe don't add as much cinnamon and all the other things. Completely up to you. I know we just like it really cinnamony, but yeah. Oh, one more thing that I forgot until the very end. I added about 3 tablespoons of vanilla. Now I will debubble these in just a second after filling all of them. But we're supposed to leave a 1-inch headspace, which is just down here. And I have the older jars where you can grab them from this ring right here. Now I have my chopstick that I'm going to use to debubble. Oops. And that'll probably bring the level down just a little bit because it's releasing any trapped air. And I can actually see the air bubbles coming to the top. As I'm poking around in there. Now after debubbling, I'm going to take a napkin, or you can use like a rag. I just have a napkin right here with some vinegar and wipe around the rims because we use that really sticky syrup. Just flipping my napkin. And the last one back here. Now we're gonna put our lids and then the bands on. I am using the 4 jars canning lids. Mine I just bought off of Amazon. Because the time before this, well, the first time I was canning, I have recently bought some jars, and I had purchased, I have mainly wide mouth jars, so I wanted to order some lids, and the fastest way without me going anywhere or spending like too much money was to order through Amazon. So I went ahead and did that. Come on, go on. I think this one's a bit messed up. I won't use that. don't want to fight for it to go on there. I just need one more for this one right here. Now you just want it finger tight. I'm going to add my jars. Now all of my jars are in here. I will put my lid on. Here I have my lid. This is the steam vent. I made sure I could see through the steam vent. This pop top right here, which closes up once there's pressure built up in here, and then it'll go down once the pressure is all the way released. We'll do that. I made sure everything was on here. The emergency release valve, everything is fine. So now I will get this on here, close it up, and then set the stove to medium high. And then I'll be back once it has been steadily releasing steam for 10 minutes. My 10-minute timer is not going off, so I'm going to stop it. I want to let this gauge right here, touched it, oh my god, move all the way over to 10 pounds. And then I will set my timer for an hour and 30 minutes. My jiggler is now doing its thing and jiggling, so I will set my timer for an hour and 30 minutes. There we go. 30 minutes. Go. Then I'm also going to reduce my heat a little bit just to keep it steady. My timer's going off. Turn that off. Turn the heat off. I think I'm going to move it back so it can start cooling down. Now, a little bit. Eventually I will take the jiggler back there off. Some more steam will come shooting up, but I can't remove it till this is at 0. And then the little thing that pops up in the back up there has gone down. Alrighty, now my pot, the pressure has gone all the way to 0. The little knobby thing back down there, pressure stopper, whatever, I don't even know what that is, but that's down. I've let this sit for about 20 minutes. I'm now going to take this off away from me, let some of the steam out, put it back down, and then now I'm gonna move it and just put it on top of something. Look at them, they're bubbling. I don't know if you can see. When I lift them out, you'll probably be able to see a lot better, but they are indeed bubbling. I'll grab one now just to show you. So now I'm going to put it on my towel back here, over here. It looks like I did get quite a bit of siphoning out of 2 jars in particular. This is one where I got siphoning because this liquid is really, really far down. This other one is also perfect. I just went to give a final look at the jars. Some of them experienced a bit more siphoning than others. I just know to use those first. I apologize. You guys probably heard the fan all throughout this video. It's helping keep my kitchen cool without turning on our AC now that it's a bit cooler outside. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna go do another round of jars. This took forever. See ya!